Hey guys, welcome to my channel again. It's your girl Takida here again with another video. Today's video is all about highlighting and contouring. Right guys, if you guys realize, we are doing our looks in parts because it's kind of like a syllabus I'm creating, right? Or a syllabus I created. So I know the human brain could only take on so much. That is the reason why I did not just do an entire 45-minute video, because then you have to go back to that video and then you have to skip through to find parts that you want. Instead, I just created it in parts already for you guys. Wow, isn't that love? If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram at Takida Joseph, Facebook at takidajmakeupartistry. Make sure, remember to like, comment, subscribe guys, share with one of your friends, share with your family members, and ring that bell next to subscribe so you would get a notification every time a new video drops. Right, today we are discussing,
I can't explain this kind of love. I've got my hands to the ceiling.
Are you having trouble reading your Bible? Are you having trouble doing devotions? I know it's a struggle for all of us. I was there, you know, the Bible seems so boring. It's like, what to read, where do I start, you know? And I just wanted to share with you guys some of the ways that I actually started reading my Bible more and actually even getting into devotions more. So my first way that I learned to read the word, don't laugh at me guys, I mean, it's really simple, because I used to be reading the Bible and be like, oh my gosh, this one we got, that one, oh my gosh, where are we going, how to find scriptures, where, you know, So what I did was, remember I told you all that I journal. No, I didn't tell you all here, I told you all on my Instagram. So I journal a lot, so meaning that I write prayers, right? I started writing prayers about 6 years ago, and I would write my prayers because I would never focus enough to kneel down or to lie down to say all of my prayers. I would always drop asleep, get distracted, so I started journaling my prayers. I started writing about my day, you know, just writing to God, you know, just sending him love letters. And at the end of each journal, I would write 3 scriptures. So I would write the journal on this page, right, the letter, the prayer, the writing, and then I would write 3 scriptures on the next page. Now remember, reading my Bible was hard, so I would Google. So when the night time come, I would be like, okay Takida, how you feeling? And whatever the prayer was about, I would go on Google, get my phone, go on Google and be like, okay, scriptures about feeling sad, or scriptures about joy, or scriptures about having a good day, or scriptures about, you know, family issues. And literally guys, that is how I started to learn some things about the Bible. That is how I started to read my scripture first hand, literally Googling scriptures about how I was feeling. And that's number one. That is what I did. But if you do not have a Bible, right, what you could do is you can download the Bible app. So I'm going to put up here for you guys the Bible app that I use. So when you go into this app, right, it's very easy to use, it's very interactive. So this is point 2, you can use the Bible app. In that app, it has, whereas you can do a Bible plan. So after I went from Googling scriptures, I went to doing Bible plans, right? So again, I would think about how I am feeling or what I'm going through, and in that app it has plans. So down to the bottom of the screen, or down to the bottom of the app, I think second to right, there's something called plans. So when you click on plans, you can go in there and you can type in love, and it would give you a Bible plan on love, 7-day Bible plan on love, and it would just give you like a little devotional and then scriptures to read to back it up. So you can type in however you're feeling, you know, Bible plans about marriage, about love, about being a good mom, about being a business owner. That Bible app helped me out so much. And guys, here what is the good part, you can even invite your friends to the app and you all could do the Bible plan together, whereas somebody's being accountable. So like, you all are being accountable for each other. Girl, you read the app, whatever, you read the plan this morning, and then there's an area at the end where you can comment your thoughts and you and your friends can conversate as to how the devotional was. And then I forgot to mention guys, it gets even better. You can put on a reminder to remind yourself to read your Bible plan. How are we gonna get better than that? How? But my third point is, after I started to grow spiritually and I really started to desire more, I was still in church. And I would hear them talking about, well, Esther and Job and David, and I would never really understand the full story. So what I started to do now is I started to Google again, where is the story about David in the Bible? And then they would send me to where that story is, and then I would read the entire story. So then I started to read the Bible by stories, right? And by stories makes the Bible more alive. So when you dig into the Bible and you read it by stories, it makes the Bible come alive to you. It just brings it up to a whole nother level. So reading it by stories is good too, right? And then my other point, so I think this was my third, this is my fourth, I don't know, but we're getting somewhere, right? So my other point is you can just read it by chapters. I always tell people, start off in the New Testament, don't start from Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. Those things might confuse you, but I prefer that you start from like John and Luke, and even Romans is a good one to read, where you're learning about Jesus, and his life and the way he walked and what he did, and the kind of person he was. Proverbs is amazing because Proverbs has 31 chapters, so you read a chapter a day, right? So that's really helpful. So leave a comment, tell me what you guys think, tell me if you're going to try it, tell me if you tried some of the things that I explained before. So I hope my tips and my tricks were really helpful. So y'all, I already did my eyeshadow, I did my eyebrows, and I applied my foundation, right? We saving time because I already showed you guys how to do eyebrows, I already showed you guys how to do eyeshadow, and I think I touched on foundation a little bit, right? So I am using my Drugstore products, my Maybeline Super Stay and my black opal to achieve my highlights and contour. Pretty affordable, easy to get. You $3.36 to do my highlights and $3.32 in the Maybeline Super Stay, right? And as I was saying, guys, you can use these Drugstore products and achieve a bomb look. Good. So the $3.36, I gave it 2 pumps in each. I'm going to use my concealer brush that I use to put on my concealer, right? And I am going to apply my 1, 2, 3. Good. Oh my god, I went into my eyebrows. The key thing is, guys, you don't want the highlight to pass your nose, because from the time it passes your nose, it's about to take it over. We don't want anybody taking over anybody's space, okay? We want everybody to stay in the designated area. As soon as my highlights start to go over where my contour is supposed to be, is a problem, right? And we are applying it to all the highlight points of your face. Good. So as I'm applying it, you guys can mark down the areas as to where you're going to apply your highlights. And for my older folks, you guys could use 1 shade lighter to do your highlight, because remember, you're going to the office, you're going to work, you don't want your face to look that much highlighted. No problem. Good. And especially if you're not a professional, if you're just practicing, try to use a shade or a shade and a half lighter to do your highlight for now, okay? Then we will go on to the 2 shades lighter and everything like that. Tip the beauty blender right here just to give it a little, just to make sure it's saturated a little bit. And I'm going in, and I'm keeping this on my face. I'm not just going pop 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 and going all over the place. I'm keeping it on my face. All right, I'm going up under here, and as you see, when I blended it, I did not let it pass my nose. Good. I'm going to the other side, keeping it on my face, not letting it pass my nose. Okay, I'm coming up here, then I'm going here, go here, we went here. So once you're using your highlight, try to use one side of your blender for your highlights, and we're using our finger for our nose, and we go in here. The key thing with the nose is you want this line to keep its shadow, but you don't want it to be too harsh. I'm going into my black opal shade in the shade Hazelnut for my contour. This is like a shade and a half darker than my skin tone, right? And I'm going in. What I create is a number 3. So my top of my 3 starting here top of my 3 starting here. 1. It is, do you see? And then I'm joining the other side. And I'm joining the bottom here. I'm passing some here, right? So using the number 3 technique really helps with just putting dimension to the areas of your face that usually would have dimension, right? So don't go and confuse yourself too much. Just create that number 3. With my hazelnut, it's 1.5 shades darker than my complexion, right? It's not too much darker. Good. And I'm pulling it from outside, from in my eyebrow. I'm pulling down the end of this contour here. I'm pulling down the end of this contour here, right? I'm using my finger for the sides. Sometimes your finger blends the best, guys. You would not believe. I'm going back to the side of my contour with my concealer, with my beauty blender that I have my remainder. I'm not dipping in any new set of concealer. I'm using what it has on the blender, and then I'm going back to the middle with my finger, and then that's it there for my nose. I'm going up here with my beauty blender. So the same side that you used your beauty blender to pat out your foundation, you could use that same side to pat out your contour. So I'm going up with the contour on my cheek. I'm going up with the contour on my cheek. I'm going down with the contour here, right? You see, I'm still leaving that little space in the middle there, right? I'm going to go back where it has my highlighting concealer, and I'm patting it there. I'm making sure I'm getting my nice dimension of my darkness around. I'm pulling it down on the jawline. Down on the jawline, you're coming down. Down on the jawline. Good. You're going up by the cheek area. Up by the cheek area. Good. Nice. You see how nice it's skipping my face? Yes, yes, yes. And then I'm passing this back here just to make sure everybody's good there. But I'm using my side with my highlighting concealer. You have to pay attention to what side of your beauty blender you're using, because if you make a mistake and you use your contour area by the area where you put your highlighting concealer, you are contaminating areas. So you have to be careful how you use your blender, because using the wrong side in the wrong area is going to contaminate that area and defeat the purpose of the whole highlights and contour, and we don't want that. I'm going to my forehead with the bottom of my blender, same way. And then you see how this kind of come down like a hat? We don't want that. So I'm going back with my side that has my highlighting concealer, and I'm just patting out the middle there. Good. And I'm not using any new concealer. I'm using what it has on the brush. I'm using my sponge and my Sacha setting powder because I'm using drugstore products to apply this look, and we want it to be popping, right? I'm going to dip in my sponge. I'm coming down the side of my nose here, both sides. And what we're trying to create is to define the contour a little bit more on your nose. Once you put light here and light here, you would automatically get a dark line in the middle. It's science or maths, or I don't know, one of them, you know. It's just like, I don't know. I'm going up under my eyes, and then I come out to the end with the remainder. Good. So I go up under here, right? I go up under here. Good. Then I go here. So all the areas that we applied our highlight, that is where we are putting the setting powder. All the areas that we applied our highlight, that is where we are putting our setting powder. Good. After we have finished applying our highlight, we now need to make sure that our contoured area of our face has a setting also. So you can't just set the highlight with the setting powder and be like, well, alright, thing looking nice. No. Yeah. With my Sacha Pro palette and Perfect Honey, which is my perfect shade, and I'm using that as my all over powder. This is optional. You can just use your contour powder. So now I'm going into my contour powder. If Perfect Honey was my perfect shade, I'm going to go into this, which is Perfect Spice, and then I'm going into Perfect Spice for my contour. And I'm putting Perfect Spice where it rightfully belongs. when I'm doing that. I'm going up. Actually mix it with some perfect buns because I like my contour to be popping. Good. Good. Then I'm going at the side of my nose with my contour brush. My forehead. Say for instance, you prefer a more sharper contour. I would use my satin powder and I would do this. So I would do that and then I would contour. This is optional, so you could contour. So this is contouring part 2. You don't always have to draw the contour first. You could just do this with the satin powder, and this is just giving the contour margin, because some people, when they don't have this margin, the contour does be too thick and black. So this margin that you're doing with your sponge is just to make sure that the contour goes into the correct areas that you want it to go into. So you're drawing this line from the earlobe here to your lip, from the earlobe here to your lip for this, for you want that look. If you want a more cheekbone look, you need to pull it from your cheekbone here up. Pull it from your cheekbone here up, so it's like you're raising up your cheekbone. So this is contouring part 2. After you finish putting your line, you go back with your contour and you put it there. Because it's like we already created the margin, so I know exactly where the contour is going instead of just guessing where it's going, right? So now I'm going to dust off my entire face with a powder brush or even a smaller brush that I can go in here. So I don't really dust off, I pat in. I pat this in because remember it's Drugstore products we use it. It's not high end, so we have to use it to the best of our ability. So I'm patting this in here and I'm patting this in here. I'm gonna go into your blush. I'm using my Juvias Place. I love this palette. I'm using the shade B for my blush. Good, and the blush goes right above the contour. And if you're having problems, forget it, I'll do this. So you can see a cheekbone and it's going right above there. Smile. You can use your Too Faced or you can use your rose water, whichever one you prefer. If I'm going out, I would use my Too Faced because I really want it to stay put, right? But sis ain't going a place. So you can use your Morphe, your Too Faced, anything mattifying to keep it on. If you have dry skin, use something less mattifying because these foundations are matte. The Superstay is very dry. So I use my rose water because I want to make sure that I'm staying good and I'm looking hydrated and my skin is not looking ashy or patchy, right? So that is why I use that. Then I'm going into my beauty blender, the side where I have, so this should be damp. So I'm going to use this side which I used to pat in the highlight, and I'm taking it and I'm just pressing it in nice and softly. And the reason why I'm pressing it in is because like we kind of want to evaporate the powdery look, right? So once water touch powder, that's it. And we pat it in, it will kind of soothe everything down. I'm using my side where I use to my contour and my foundation, and I'm patting in this side here because this area here I have contour. So you all know I finish off my eyes and put on my eyelashes off camera because I'm going to show you guys how to put on eyelash in a separate video, and I already show you guys how to do your eyeshadow and how to do under your eyes. Today we was just focusing on, y'all know I gotta get the flip hair, right? Today we was just focusing on highlight and contour. So when you look here, you see contour, you see blush. The only thing that's missing to the top there is bronzer. I'm using my Juvias loose bronzer in the shade Nubia, and I'm going in with my fan brush and I'm going right here. Good. I'm going in with my fan brush. Now if you love bronzer, you could put on as desired. If you don't love, put on a little bit, that's fine. It doesn't really matter how much bronzer you put on. It's totally up to the individual as to how much bronzer they want to have on, right? Good. And then you use your finger for your nose, right? You use your finger for the top here, and I always love to put a little bit on my forehead. And this is how we highlight and contour. And guys, we have so much more in store. Remember to subscribe, share with one of your friends, like, comment, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. So as I was saying, guys, we are building a syllabus. This is a classroom. I am the teacher and I don't want any student to be left behind. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, God bless, stay safe. I love you guys.